YouTube, Laskeri here with one of my favorite games, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I was going to do a Let's Play, I said I was going to do a Let's Play of other games besides Minecraft, and I decided this would be a good start because I can do single player and I can also do there is a multiplayer component as well. So let's get right into it. I did previously try to record this, but my microphone wasn't plugged in, so I was not aware of that. So yes, we are going to be starting over. I rebound the D-pad to the second analog stick, because the default is with the DualShock. Well, technically it's an Xbox controller, but I have a program that it's a DualShock 4, but it is programmed to work as an Xbox, or everything that an Xbox controller would work as on a PC. The DualShock 4 can with the program that I'm using. This is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite running on PlayStation, or the PSS or PPSSPP emulator. So yeah. Right now we're just creating our character. The clothing doesn't really matter because it's only just what you see underneath your character's armor. So yeah. Let's see. Just choosing a haircut. It's not really, yeah, as you can see, the textures are fairly low res. That's because it is a PSP game upscaled to 1080p on a PC, so the textures are going to look a little bit wonky. Anyways, let's choose this color, I think. Yeah. Voice type. And let's go going. I'm not a beginner, and I will save this character over the previously played character, which ended up being... I did well for the first try, but I have played this game, by the way. I did well, but I didn't record any commentary, so it would be kind of pointless to keep going on there. So anyways, let's delete that character and let's start the game. Well, that's an interesting beginning to our adventure. Ah, you're awake. No, you shouldn't get up yet. It's best if you just rest for a little while longer. You fell from a cliff, but the snow must have cushioned your fall. You were bruised and suffered a bit of frostbite, so recovery will take a few days. I'm not so much worried about the bruise on your back as much as the bruise to your ego, though. You are definitely going to need some extra days of rest. And this is Poke Village, not P-O-K-E as in Pokemon, it's P-O-K-K-E. And yes, there are talking cats in this game, by the way. The bird is keeping watch over my body while I sleep. Good job, bird. Yes. So this is our house. Later on, we can go back there to get meals from the chefs, as well, which basically increase your stats and give you special bonuses. This right here is our item box, which is the main place where we'll be storing all of our equipment and items. So if we go to change equipment, we have one of every type of weapon, which the weapon we currently have equipped is as you can see in the background, is a sword and shield. The bone blade is a great sword, which is a very slow but very powerful weapon. This is a long sword, a lance, a gun lance, dual blades, a hammer, hunting horn, which is attacks kind of like a hammer, except it can play music notes to give you and your partners some bonuses. A light bowgun, a heavy bowgun, and a normal bow. I think we should equip our armor. And for the very first weapon, I think I'm going to go with the bone longsword. And let's get going then. Yes, the yellow bubbles means that the people have something to say to us, so let's talk to this guy first. Ah, you're awake? How are you? Still in pain? Seems you're alright. I found you collapsed on a cliff in the mountains. If I would have left you there, you'd be nothing but an ice cube by now. Thank me later. Oh, how rude of me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the hunter attached to this village. Or at least I used to be. A wyvern attacked and injured me, forcing me into retirement. That is why we sent for you. You were to become my replacement. Which left me in a jam when you collapsed up in the snowy mountains. I had no idea what I should do. A new village with new things. I'm sure you have plenty of questions to ask. I'm here to answer as many as I can. I know it isn't much, but I'd like to give you a present. The old equipment I used when I was a hunter. Take a look inside your item box when you get home. I wasn't sure what kind of weapon you used, so I put lots of different kinds in your item box. They aren't great, but they should come in handy. If nothing really strikes you as perfect, I recommend starting with the sword. Keep using it until you get used to being a hunter. By the way, I put your clothes in the item box. What you've got on now is fine for the village, but put on your real clothes when venturing out. They're great against the cold, so don't forget them if you go to the mountains. If you use other armor, bring items like a hot drink versus the cold. We kind of already did that, but thanks for the advice anyways. These get the feline, which is the talking cat, basically sells you armor, and this guy crafts armor for you. I don't really want to read out their whole thing, so yeah. Because I already did, and what they say isn't really important. It's just basically telling you about what you can make. Like right now, these are the long swords and great swords we have available to us. Like right now we have the bone. There's also the iron katana. And they're separated by, I guess, classes of weapons. Like the sword and dual blades are fairly similar, except one is two swords, and yeah. The hammer and hunting horn are similar, the lance and gun lance are similar, and the bowgun and bow are the only ranged weapons in the game. And this guy sells armor and weapons. See, right now he has Buster Sword, which is, I don't think it's supposed to be Cloud's weapon for Final Fantasy. The bone blade and the bone, as well as the various other, and some armor that some of the armor that the feline sells you can't actually craft with this guy's help. So that is where the feline comes in. And this is the general store lady. Well, hello there, you're the new hunter, right? This general store should have all the various items you need. We carry everything from daily necessities like herbs to the various specialty items needed for a hunter's life. Let us know what you need. Unfortunately, ever since the last hunter retired, our normal supply routes have dried up, so we don't have our full complement of stock. That's why we've been looking forward to your arrival for so long. Your success will mean we'll be able to return to our stock to normal. And as of right now, we have 0 money. This is the village chief, by the way. She is where we will get the low-rank single-player quests from, so we will talk to her in a bit. And this is the peddler granny. She sells items that can have a discount. I don't think like she sells different items than the general store, so that's why there's 2 merchants that sell stuff. Greetings, I just happen to be a traveling purveyor of fine goods. Some insist I'm saying I'm a peddler. I'm stocking up on everyone's unwanted items. If you got anything you be wanting, speak up. I'll sell it to you cheap. Sometimes I acquire me some goods right cheap, so I sell them right cheap. Care to peruse my fine collection? And yep. And that is what she has for sale, at least right now. Her stock changes depending on how many quests, or like what quest you, or if you just came back from a quest, her stock changes. And this little guy is Pookie. He's a pig. You can have him as a pet. He's awesome. And you can change his outfit. Right now he has a diaper and a little crown. Yeah, Pookie is awesome. Anyways, the village chief. Well, it looks like you're all fixed up. When I heard that a hunter had fallen in the snowy mountains, I was so shocked. Oh my, I haven't introduced myself. I'm the chief of this village. It's called Pokey. Can you believe an old lady like me can be a village chief? I'm hoping I can convince you to settle down as a hunter in this village. You know the house you woke up in? You can stay there as long as you'd like. Anyways, I'd like to show me your strength by completing an easy quest that was requested nearby here. That's okay with you, right? Huh? You're still recovering? Well, once you feel up to it, you can try out some of the quests from other areas, but first, you should rest up a bit. That reminds me, if you head to the guild counter, you can initiate various quests. You see the large building on the left, don't you? That's the gathering hall. Inside, you'll find a branch of the Hunters Guild. If you want to take out multiple hunter quests, that's your best bet. For details, head over to and ask the person at the counter. Oh, I forgot to give you some money. It's not much, but it's enough to get started. On the right, you will find a general store that sells many great items. Next to that is a shop selling armor and weapons. Go there for equipment needs. If there's something you don't understand about hunting, go to the training school. You see the path to the left of the gathering hall, right? Go straight down that path and press the square button to go to the training school. If quests are getting too hard, go there to toughen up. Well then, good luck up there. Don't overdo it, okay? I'm looking forward to watching your progress. And now we have 1500 Zenny. Yes, the gathering hall is where we will be doing, after we finish the low rank quests that the village chief gives us in. As you can see, there are 6 levels, as well as this down here is every time you clear a rank of quests, you get an urgent quest that you need to complete to move on to the next rank. So after we complete this, all the quests in this, we'll be able to move on to the next, and so forth. And then there is the gathering hall, which has this feline right here actually gives you the high rank quests once you're finished with all the chief's quests. So in the guild hall, if we go on, there are the low rank, high rank, and then the G rank quests. The G rank quests are high rank, except the monsters are stronger, they have more moves, and so on and so forth. But yes, let's just talk to this lady for right now. Welcome to you. I've heard about you from the village chief. You must be the new hunter. This is the counter for the Hunters Guild outpost here in Pokey Village. I am the guild manager here. The guild created these outposts to connect with hunters who don't have the ability to travel to large towns. At this counter, multiple hunters can initiate quests together. Of course, you can also initiate a quest alone at this counter too. However, to prevent you from taking a quest that is far beyond your abilities, we have implemented a ranking system called Hunter Rank. Be aware that depending on your Hunter Rank, the quests that you can take are different. If you'd like more details on Hunter Rank, you should talk go talk to the maiden nearby. Let's see now, what else do I have to explain to you? Ah, that's right, how to enter the Gathering Hall. There are two ways to enter the Gathering Hall. One is to press the square button, and the other method is to press the circle button. Pressing the square button will put you into the offline Gathering Hall. When you'd like to do the guild's work alone, use the square button. Using the circle button will enter you to the online Gathering Hall. If you want to tackle a guild quest with your mates, use this option. Oh, and you can only have up to a max of 4 hunters per Gathering Hall at any time. When you have 5 or more friends, you might want to press start to open the menu and set your online Gathering Hall option to manual. By doing this, you can choose the number of the Gathering Hall you wish to join. Make sure the people you want to hunt with all choose the same one. Conversely, when you have less than 4 hunters and manually choosing a hall every time is troublesome, you can set the option to auto. This is a good tip to remember when you want to do a quest in an area with a lot of hunters nearby. Got it? Phew, that tired me out. If you didn't quite understand something, ask the maiden close by here. The guild's at your service. Thank you. And yes, as far as the multiplayer segment goes, we will be doing, me and a couple of friends will be doing multiplayer after I've gotten through the single player, at least the low rank single player portion of the game. This is so that we can the guild quest, how Monster Hunter works is the more players you have on a quest, the more health a monster has, so it scales, but it's also random. Like, you can, I think health is dependent on the size of the monster, and the size of the monster is random, but the amount of people that you have increases their health limit as well. Not their size limit, I think that's an independent factor to the amount of people that you have on the quest. So anyways, let's get into it. Right now we have a gathering quest to get 5 mountain herbs. We have to... This one, we have to deliver 3 Antica antlers. This is the quest that I did before this recording, and it turned out alright, I guess, but I think I want to do something different. This is a slaying quest where you have to slay a specific amount of monsters as opposed to one bigger monster. This is 5 Geoprey. Geoprey are basically raptors that spit ice balls at you. Yeah. And then this one is a gathering quest where we have to grab 3 Popo tongues. And this one is a slaying quest where we have to slay 3 Plangos, which are basically snow babes. I think I'm going to do the Sinking Feeling quest first, because it's actually I know it's one of the quests that you need to advance. This quest seems to be about the perfect level for you. Like to give it a try? When you're ready to set off, head down the path in front of you and press the square button when you get to the entrance of the village. Good luck! And off we go. We have a time limit of 20 minutes for this quest, and this is the item box. It allows you to take supply items, and they're provided to you by either the chief or the guild, but at this point, later on, when you reach high rank, you actually can't, the guild doesn't supply items to you anymore, so you have to bring all the items, supply all the items yourself. But luckily for us, or well, unfortunately for us, we don't really have anything. So at this point, we have to rely on the supply box. The nostalgia that I have for this game is pretty big, so forgive me if I'm like fanboying or anything. Anyways, the ration increases the yellow bar, which is our hunger. If we use the run button or the roll button, it decreases the amount of stamina. Or, well, stamina is increased by your hunger. Or something like that. Now, normally, the quest did give us hot drinks, but we don't need to do that, because if we look at our armor set, we have the Cold Elimination High skill, which basically means that we don't have to worry about keeping safe in the cold, because of the armor does it for us. It also has the Heat Increase Low skill, which means that if we go to a hot area like a desert or a volcano, we'd take even more damage from that. Anyways. We have to climb the mountain a bit, because I know for a fact that the Popos are, for at least at the beginning of the quest, they are up here. Also, if you can hold the right trigger button to increase the speed at which you climb vines, but it also takes stamina from you. That down there is a Geoprey, and that is it's a bug, basically. They're quite annoying because they can paralyze you. And yeah. So about playing other games, I know I said I wanted to play other games, and this is one of my favorite games, anyways, let's watch this cutscene. And that is a Tigrex. That's the thing that attacked us at the beginning of the game, and we're not really meant to fight it right now. The reason this quest is called The Sinking Feeling is because of this guy. And oh boy, that did a lot of damage. Let's get out of this area and do what we're supposed to do. Of course, the monsters do follow you, unless they run away of their own volition. So that is not pleasant. But right now, all we have to do is press triangle to attack, and we can press circle to do a poke attack, and combo that to get the... Oh, the baby is trying to protect their mother or dad. Was that Tigrex? No, it wasn't. I should probably hurt these guys. Unless this guy has to say about it. Oh. Yeah, as you can see, the weapon power has decreased means that every weapon has a sharpness rating, which is basically a multiplier on the damage, but at after a certain point, your attacks will start bouncing off of monsters, so it's a good idea to keep that up at all times, because it actually starts to go into the negative values for sharpness multiplier. And we have one of the Popotoms that we needed. And the bar that's under the sharpness meter, which is the sword thing, is the spirit gauge, which is the basis of the longsword's special ability. Once you have that filled up, you can use that to unleash powerful attacks, like this. Of course, they're better if you have the gauge completely filled up, but you get the general idea. And since we do have the Popotongs, we don't need to go fight the Tigrex, so we will just head straight off to base. The base is the area that does not have a number, and it looks kind of like a tent, because that's what it is. Not this. This is an abandoned base. And that is a Bullfango. It's basically a boar, has a charging attack, and it will knock you all the way across the map if you let it hit you. And there is no fall damage in Monster Hunter. I probably should have mentioned that. It's funny because you can jump off of a tower and take absolutely no damage in this game. It's probably it's not really realistic, but neither is swinging a 80-pound sword like it's butter. That's a terrible analogy, but you get my point. Anyways, all we need to do is head off to base and finish the quest. The red box is where you deliver items for gathering quests or resource point, like items that will give you resource points. Not all items that you get from gathering from monsters like Popo Tongues normally just give you resource points. So, anyways, we have completed the quest. And this is the bed. You can sleep in it to restore health and status effects, but it's not really convenient because getting back to the base either takes quite a bit of time from your journey or an item called the Farcaster, which returns you to the base, but it's not accessible in the early game. The supply items are stuff like the map, the mini whetstones, which we didn't get a chance to show, but whetstones are basically the way you sharpen your weapons. So if you see that the weapons are lowering, so you use a whetstone. And now we have more money. Tigris Tigrex. And I will save. And this is the feline granny. She basically allows you to hire felines as chefs, which can cook and give you stat bonuses, as I said, or comrades, which follow you into the field and help you fight. Yes, you can have cats fight for you. It's quite silly, but it's still kind of fun. And she's saying basically what I just said. And we can hire one for free. Let's see. I think we'll get now. And now if we go into our house, the area that was blocked off before, we can go into the feline kitchen. And there is Nell. She will cook food for us. It's not, I don't think it's very sanitary, but I don't think sanitation is one of the biggest motivators in the Monster Hunter universe. Hello, Nell. And we can pay money to have Nell cook for us, but right now we're not going to do that. And this guy will allow you to exchange resource points, or Poke points, for either items or upgrades to the farm over here. He will tell us that we've inherited the farm, and yes, it's called the Poke Farm, and we can fish and catch bugs and mine there, as well as some other things. But right now it's fairly quaint. Not many upgrades available to us, and we don't really have any upgrades available to us until we get Poke points. So yeah, and that is Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. Of course, that's the very basics of it. The fights get a lot more exciting when you can actually take or avoid hits easier, as well as actually deal decent damage and not swing around a giant bone. Of course, you can swing around a giant bone if you want to the entire game, you just won't get very far. As far as like questing will be significantly more difficult. Anyways, I think I will sign off here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because this is definitely one of my favorite games, and I'm excited to share it with other people. And joining my friends on guild quests later on will definitely be an interesting experience, to say the least. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.